Hi guys, this is Chetan and today we will be building a very basic Node application using Socket.io and Express. The purpose of this application is to make sure that our server code is completely separate from our client code so that both the server and the client code can be deployed on different domains and make sure that our different clients listen to the same server application. So first of all we will see our server code. This is what our server code looks like. It uses two packages called HTTP and Socket.io. HTTP is used to create a server and we make sure that our server listens to port 8001. Once the server is created, this is pointed to a socket, and once the socket is created, we listen to the two connection events, that is connection and disconnect, which comes inbuilt with the Socket.io package. Connection event is triggered when our client connects to our server and disconnect when one of them disconnects. So now we will switch to the client code. Client code consists of three packages called Express, HTTP and Socket.io. Express is used to render the views, HTTP to create the server, and Socket.io to create a socket. But this time we make sure that our client code is pointed with the port 8000, but as you remember, the server was pointed to the port 8001. This is what separates our client code and the server code, because once deployed they will point to two different domains. So now once the server and the socket is created, we use the express method called get to render our different URLs. Once our client visits the URL domain/client, a view called client.html is rendered using the Node package called fs. It consists of a callback function with two parameters, error and data, and if the server is not able to find the client.html file, we get with error and otherwise with data. So once it is able to find client.html file, it is redirected to the corresponding view. So now we will see a client.html file. This is what client.html file look like. It has the Socket.io package already installed using npm, and this is basically what connects our client to the server. If you remember, the server was on port 8001, client on 800, and although we are running this code on our client server which is on port 800, our client is connecting to our server using the port 8001. So once this is called, a connection event is triggered on the server side, and this is what is printed on the server console. And once the client disconnects, that is closes the tab on the browser, this is what is printed. So now we will see this code in action. And so we have two terminals in action, one for the client code and one for the server code. So let's just start our client code, that is the client server, with client.js file, and let's also start the main backend server, that is server.js file. Once both our server are operating, let's just open the browser and go to localhost :800, that is our client server /client. So as you can see, the corresponding view has been rendered, and we should be expecting a string called a new client connected on our client server, and a string called client to connected to client on our client terminal. So if we close this the browser, we should be expecting a string, one of the client disconnect. So we just saw that both the client and the server code are in completely different directories, that is on completely different domains, but still they are able to interact with each other. So this is what completes our tutorial, and I hope it helps. Thanks a lot for watching.